Okay, we're live. Alright. Looks like everything's working. Audio coming through just fine. Check. Yep, we're live. Everything. Alright, so welcome to anyone and everyone who's already watching. I can't see in this how many are currently watching. Okay. New technology, we love it. So, today we're going to be going through and utilizing some techniques to help you, for want of a better word, clear out your own stuff. I'd like to be more colourful, but we're on YouTube and we don't want to use any kind of bad language. So, we're going to go through some of these techniques to really get into your mind, into your body, and get all of that old stuff that you have held on to over the years from different events in your life, and really dig deep and clear it all out, just to take a weight off and relieve some of the pressure that it holds on you. And to do that, I'm going to use various hypnotic techniques. So as such, if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay and you're doing anything like driving or you're operating any kind of machinery, if you're doing anything that involves your complete and full attention, and anything less than that would cause problems, turn it off. Watch it later when you can pay full attention to this and have nothing else going on around you that you need to focus on, just to be safe. This will involve you closing your eyes at times and going inside and paying attention to other things. So you can't be risking needing to pay attention to something externally and stuff going wrong. Now, for any of you that don't know about hypnosis or have misconceptions about what hypnosis actually is, I'll keep it brief, but hypnosis is a natural state. Trance hypnosis, whatever you want to call it, is something that we all enter into throughout the day multiple times. Some people say that we're always in some kind of a trance. It just depends what kind of a trance you're currently in. And people like myself, certified hypnotherapists, hypnotists, we use hypnosis to access that trance and change it to a more useful one, to bypass the conscious mind, the critical mind that is often judging the things that are coming in and deciding what to keep and what not to keep, to allow us to put in those positive suggestions that you actually want, to change things, to take out negative stuff, and to allow you to just improve yourself. Now, there's a variety of techniques we're going to use, and I'm going to just get on with it. There's a few people watching, so anyone who shows up late can just watch, join in where they need to. And there's always the replay. You can watch this as many times as you need to really clear out anything on a regular basis. I would suggest once a month, once a week, go through a procedure like this and just clear out anything that you've accumulated during that period of time. So the first thing I'd like you all to do is to just make sure you're seated comfortably. Just get situated in your chair, or maybe you're on a couch or a bed or an office chair, wherever you are. Get comfortable with your feet flat on the floor. If you're laid in a bed, just try not to lay fully flat, because we do have a tendency to associate laying down and closing your eyes with falling asleep, and I wouldn't want you to fall asleep completely and miss all of this. So get into the comfortablest position you can, where you're ready to accept the changes that are about to happen. And when you're in that comfortable position, when you're ready to make those changes. Now all I need you to do is just sit there and relax. In a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to ask you to follow along with a few steps. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I may ask you to open your eyes. I'm going to ask you to imagine some stuff, think about stuff. And for anyone that thinks they can't imagine, just remember back to a friend that you know and what their face looks like. Whatever came to mind, however you picture that, however you think of that, that's imagination. And if you can replicate that, you can imagine anything that I'm saying to you. And all I need you to do now is just go ahead and close your eyes. Just allow those eyes to close. And as you sit or lay there with your eyes closed, and you can still hear the sound of my voice, you can feel the surface that you're sitting or laying on. You can feel the temperature in the room around you. And as you continue to focus on my voice, just allowing yourself to relax that little bit deeper, you may find that with each and every breath, you just allow yourself to take the time and relax. And now, in just a moment, I'm going to ask you, not with your real eyes, but to imagine in your mind, picture, pretend that in your mind you're opening your eyes when I tell you to. And that when I tell you to again, you will imagine you're closing your eyes and allowing yourself to go twice as deep into this wonderful relaxed state. And each and every time I do that, you'll go even deeper and more relaxed and ready to accept the changes that you're going to make today. Now, in your mind, go ahead and imagine opening your eyes. And then imagine closing your eyes again, going twice as deep. Now imagine opening your eyes and closing your eyes, going twice as deep. And now a third time, as you imagine opening your eyes, and it's struggling this time, just close them down and go twice as deep and just allow them to completely relax. And as you allow them to just relax as completely and deeply as you possibly can allow them to right now, I'd like you to focus on all the tiny little muscles around your eyes and eyelids and just allow them to relax so completely, so deeply, that they just will not work. And when you're certain, when you're 100% certain that you've allowed them to relax so completely and deeply that they just will not work, I'd like you to go ahead and give them a little test and prove to yourself that you've allowed them to relax so completely that they just won't work. You can give them a little tug and try and open them and find that you cannot, because you've allowed yourself to just relax and go even deeper now. And you can quit testing and just allow yourself to go even deeper into that wonderful sense of relaxation as you allow it to flow up over your head, down the back of your neck, all the way down your body, down to your toes, filling your entire body with that wonderful sense of relaxation. And as that relaxation flows, that hypnotic relaxation flowing throughout your entire body, just filling you completely with that wonderful sensation that you're feeling. And at any time during this process, you will hear my voice, you'll be aware of the sounds around you, you'll be aware of the feeling of the surface you're sitting on or laying on, and you'll be able to get up and do anything you may need to do if something urgent arises. Your eyes will open and you'll be fully awake, fully aware, and you'll be able to take care of whatever's needed. But for now, just allow yourself to stay still and calm in this moment, completely relaxed, and allow yourself just to release any of those tensions that you've built up for the day, any of those stresses that you may have been accumulating today. Just take a load off and just set them to one side for just a moment. You can always have them back later if you choose, but for just this moment, put everything to one side and just allow yourself to enjoy this moment of relaxation. And now as you continue to enjoy this relaxation, in just a moment I'm going to ask you to recite the alphabet backwards, starting at Z, going backwards towards A. And as you find that maybe you get to the letter S or the letter T, and those letters just slowly start falling out of your head and you pay less attention to them and go even deeper into this wonderful hypnotic state. And at Z, just saying the words in your head and just allowing them to relax out of your mind with each letter that you say, getting further and further away, hazier, harder to hear, harder to see. And in just a moment, as you go even deeper and you find that's all gone, and you allow yourself to go even deeper into that wonderful hypnotic state, that perfect place of change. And now your unconscious mind knows that there is a level of trance, even deeper than this one, that is perfect for the changes that you wish to make today. And it will allow you and take you to that level now. And as soon as you're at that level, having that knowing, that feeling that you're just at the perfect level, to allow yourself now to make those changes that you desire to make today. I'll just give you a few moments to relax to that perfect level, that perfect state of change. And over the next few seconds, as you get to that perfect state, that perfect level to make all the changes that you desire to make today, now we're going to begin with our first technique that's going to allow you to cleanse and remove all those negative, unwanted energies that got stuck, those thoughts, those memories that no longer deserve to be there, that no longer serve you in a positive way. Anything that you've been holding on to so tightly that hasn't been serving your highest good, that you now just want to release and let that go. Now, to start with, I'd like you to just imagine again in your mind, imagine that above you is a bright, glowing, colourful liquid pouring into you from above. Almost like someone pouring water into a test tube, someone filling up a glass. Just pouring and filling into you through your head, all the way down to the tips of your toes, filling you up. With each drop, filling you up more and more of that beautiful glowing liquid. And this positive glowing liquid filling you up from your toes, up to your knees, all the way up through your torso, all the way up to your head. And as it continues to fill every crack, every nook, every crevice, every inch of your body, filling with this bright, colourful, rejuvenating, glowing liquid, you can begin to feel all of those negative, old emotions and feelings and energies that no longer serve you are getting dissolved by this cleansing, bright liquid of change. And as this liquid continues to fill you from head to toe, from toe to head, all the way in every inch of your body, all of those unwanted, unnecessary, undeserving to be there any longer thoughts, emotions, feelings, all that old baggage, that old stuff that you no longer need, is just getting dissolved and resolved in your body, and dissolved and resolved in your mind. And as you just allow that liquid to do what it's doing, fizzing and bubbling and dissolving all of those old unwanted things, you may feel that sensation change as you begin to notice all of those unwanted things being dissolved away completely. And as you find yourself noticing those changes begin to happen, now is the time to just allow yourself to fully participate, to let go of all of those old unwanted things that no longer serve you, and just allow yourself to feel those sensations and notice those changes. And maybe it'll be in your left leg or your right arm or in your head where you notice those changes begin. And as you notice them move and become aware of the changing sensations in your body, and with each and every breath that you take and each and every beat of your heart, just allowing you to go even deeper into this sensation, to allow that change to occur at a deeper, more profound level. As you just take a moment and relax into that wonderful state, that wonderful, pleasant feeling of knowing that all those changes you want to happen can happen, will happen, and are happening now. And then just as quickly as you allowed that liquid to enter your body, you can imagine now just opening faucets at your toes, just turning those taps on and allowing that liquid and any remaining crap that's inside you just to flow out and be flushed out with it. And as you open up those faucets, you turn on those taps, quickly allowing that liquid to disperse from your body and just flow down out of your toes, taking away any remnants of that old stuff that you no longer need. Taking a weight off your shoulders, relieving you of that burden. Just allowing you to feel those feelings and sensations that you want to feel. And just allowing you to relax even deeper into this wonderful sensation. And now, focusing inside on the thoughts that you're having. And as you allow yourself to imagine and visualize, picture and pretend yet again what I'm about to describe. Just fully allowing you yourself to participate completely with everything I ask you to imagine. To fully participate physically in the real world with anything I ask you to do with your hands, so that the changes you desire to make can continue to happen today. And now, as you imagine in front of you a swirling, colourful, glowing object beginning to form, and you may become aware of the colour of this object, and as you notice what colour this object is, and that it's growing bigger and wider in front of you, and as you start to realize that this isn't just any old object, it's a spinning vortex, it's a portal into another place, and as it grows bigger and you can see through into this other place, you notice a hallway. And I'd like you to imagine stepping through this portal into that hallway. And as you look ahead, this long, dark, grey hallway, as you stare at the smooth grey walls, looking around you, looking down the hallway, noticing at the end of the hallway there's a wooden, old, rustic door with a shiny brass handle. I'd like you just to imagine walking to that door, taking a hold and turning that handle and allowing yourself to open the door and to just step through. Now, as you step through the door into this large, dark grey, dome-shaped room, I'd like you to close the door behind you. And as you look around the room, noticing in the center of the room a big stone fireplace with bright yellow and orange flames flickering high into the air, and that warmth radiating from it, filling the room. And as you look around at the walls, notice maybe it's paper, maybe it's wood, maybe it's some kind of tile. There's lots of little things hanging on the walls. Some of these are in one colour and some are in a different colour. And one of these colours of these things represents all of the good, positive, wonderful, bright, shining experiences you've had in your life. And then that other colour represents all of the negative, all of the horrible things, all of those unwanted moments, memories, thoughts, energies, everything that wasn't pleasant, things that you maybe no longer need. And as you look around at the room, whether it be you're seeing post-it notes or small pieces of paper, whether you're seeing little tiles or some kind of plastic tags, whatever it is hanging on these walls in these two different colours, I'd like you now, with your eyes closed, imagining, but with your physical hands in the real world, to go ahead and just reach out physically and grab one of those negative items off the wall. And as you're grabbing those negative papers, just imagine crumpling it up in your hands and how that feels when you crumple that up, how that sensation changes. And go ahead and just whether you're throwing that paper in the fire and just allowing it to burn and go whoosh in the flames as it explodes in that fire and turns to ashes. Or whether you were picking a tile off the wall and you're hitting it with something and smashing it into a million pieces. Or maybe that plastic tag is melting in the fire. Whatever it is for you, go ahead and reach out with your physical hand and take one of those off the wall and thoroughly destroy it in that fire, whoosh, just allowing it to disintegrate, to evaporate, to just turn to dust, to smash it into 1,000 pieces, to make it disappear and be gone completely in whatever way is most comfortable and appropriate for you. And now as you look around the room at all the other items on the walls in that negative color, all of those negative things that you might want to get rid of today, go ahead and reach out for another and throw that in the fire and feel it disappear, feel it dissipate, feel those changes, notice those sensations as they change inside you. And go ahead and reach out and grab another and just throw it in the fire and really make it disappear, really watch it burn and turn to ashes in front of your eyes and no longer be a part of you. And as you look around that room at all of those, go ahead and over the next 30 seconds to a minute, go ahead and find all of them. Whether you grab them all at once and throw them in, whether you grab them one at a time, take them all. Look under all the good ones, look on the ceiling, look on the floor, look around the entire room, make sure you get all of those negative ones that you no longer need, all of those ones that no longer serve you, everything that isn't there for your highest being towards your positive future that you want, anything that's been holding you back, weighing you down, take it and throw it in that fire, destroy it, watch it burn up in flames. And do that now. That's right, just throwing them all in the fire, destroying them all, smashing them, whatever it is you're doing, just allow them to all be taken down. Reach out physically each time with your hand and grab those and throw them in that fire. Whoosh, watch them explode and turn to ash. As those old feelings, those old thoughts, those old things you've been holding on to that you no longer need, that no longer serve you, are all disintegrating, dissipating, being removed from you. And as you notice the changes in your sensations and feelings as all those old things disappear, you may find that there's a couple that are hiding that you need to reach out and grab. Maybe there's one or two that you're reluctant to let go of. Now, anything you're reluctant to let go of could be a time in your life, something where it may have been a negative event, it may have been a thing that you no longer need and desire, but there was a learning. There was something that your unconscious mind wants you to retain so that you don't make that mistake again, so that you don't repeat that negative thing. So go ahead and reach out and take that. And maybe you understand, maybe you don't, maybe you have no idea what it is, but just reach out with your other hand and take a pen and write down that learning. Write down that learning and put that learning back up on the wall. Take as long as you need to write down those learnings and put them back up on the wall so you can retain the learnings but destroy the negativity. Throw all that old stuff away that you no longer need. Burn it up in the flames and watch it go whoosh in all the flames as it disintegrates while you retain those positive learnings. And I'll give you just a few more moments over the next few moments just to allow you to finish doing that. And when you're ready in the next few moments to move on, we will. And again, you can come back and do this anytime you like. Once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever's appropriate for you, to remove any negativity, any unwanted stuff that you no longer need. And now as you've cleared off the walls of all that negative stuff, and now you have some space, and look at all that positive stuff and just imagine reaching out and spreading it. Imagine stretching it and filling it and allowing it to fill the entire room, all that empty space, filled with that bright, glowing, positive feelings, thoughts, memories, all of those wonderful times where you had just the best feelings, those amazing feelings, those sensations, you know the ones, those familiar things flowing through your mind and body. It could have been a wonderful time with a special someone that you know. It could have been an event you were at that you really thoroughly enjoyed, or just some accomplishment you've had in your life, or a million other positive things. And as you remember those sensations and thoughts and feelings, and fill the room with that bright glowing colour, and allow all those thoughts and feelings to fully cover every inch of those walls, and notice the change in your body, notice the change in your mind as those feelings grow stronger, more vivid in your mind, just allowing yourself to experience that fully. And take all the time you need over the next few moments just to completely cover that wall and make that brighter and more vivid and more intense. As you continue to feel the warmth of the fire beside you, knowing those thoughts, those feelings, knowing those changes that you're making, knowing all of those things that are happening right now for your positive outcome that you desire in your future, are continuing to increase and grow at an exponential rate. Maybe it'll be later today, tomorrow, next week, or next month. Could even be 5 years from now when you realize and look back and realize today was the day. Today was the day when it all started. Today was the day when those changes allowed you to begin that journey. And as you begin that journey that you're already on, now is the time to allow yourself to cut yourself some slack and realize that before today you didn't know any of this. So it's not your fault that you held on for so long to all of these things that held you back in the past. All of those things that weighed you down and tethered you to a life that you didn't want. Going forward, it's almost like someone cut the strings, cut the ropes. You're no longer tied down, and you can just fly. You can run, you can sprint, you can just take off at an exponential speed, getting faster and faster towards your goals, knowing and feeling and thinking those thoughts that you need to know, feel, and think. Being able to do those things that you've always wanted to do without letting anything hold you back. Because when your unconscious mind is on board with your conscious mind, you have 100% of your being working for you, working towards that outcome. And now, as you look across the other side of the room, I'd like you to notice a small window. And as you look towards this window and begin to realize and notice what's outside of the room, and staring at that window, noticing it getting closer, and as you find now that you've gone through the window, that you're actually outside of the room in this wonderful, relaxing, calm, peaceful place. And you look around at the color of the sky, the ground beneath you. Notice the temperature in the air and the sounds that you hear around you. Everything just taking you that little bit deeper into that wonderful place. That space of positive change, that journey, that path that you're on right now towards those goals, that life that you want, those changes that you're making. And as you notice up ahead the beginnings of a path, start walking towards that path. And as you walk down that path, noticing the feel of the ground beneath your feet, as you become aware of a forest up ahead. And as you walk towards that forest, noticing those familiar smells, those familiar sounds, as everything around you becomes richer, brighter, more vivid, colourful. Sounds become louder, smells become stronger, and everything in a pleasant way gives you that familiar feeling of knowing something good is about to happen. You remember that feeling from times in your life where something good happened and you just knew it was going to happen. And as you remember what that felt like and begin to allow those feelings to arise in your body right now, you can just allow yourself to experience that as deeply and completely as you need to right now. As you continue walking through that forest in your mind, just up ahead, noticing a pool, a bright, shimmering pool of light, reflecting the sky, noticing a small cloud just passing by, reflected in that pool. And as you notice that cloud just float on by, off into the distance, you may begin to feel a sense of lightness as you continue walking past that pool. And up ahead in the distance, way far in the distance, you can see that goal, that journey that you're taking is bringing you closer to. And you can notice it clearly now and accept the fact that at times you may stray off the path to the left, you may stray off the path to the right. Things may grab your attention. Always, though, you'll be able to allow yourself to correct your course and get back on the path, because you can clearly see that goal in your future. You know what you want. You know how you want it. And it's always there, clearly and visible in your mind. And whenever you have a destination, you can always reroute where you're going to get there quickly and easily, almost like navigation on your smartphone or other GPS device, where you can program in that destination and it will give you the quickest, easiest route to get there. Your unconscious mind can give you the quickest, easiest route to get there. And as your unconscious mind continues thinking of all the ways, all the changes, all the things that may need to happen between now and then, you can just keep walking down this path, enjoying the journey along the way, because you know where the goal is, and you know you're going to get there. So why not just enjoy the journey? The sights, the sounds, the smells. And as you continue down the path and begin to enter a clearing, a wide open green grassy area, go ahead and just sit down on the grass in your mind, allow yourself to relax a little bit more and take a break and just enjoy looking up at those tiny little wisps of clouds in this bright blue sky. And as you look behind you, where you came from, noticing the sky clearing up, getting really bright, blue and clear, all the clouds dissipating, and then looking ahead of you and noticing that beautiful sunlight shining down on everything around you. And you can just allow yourself to take a moment in this place to enjoy those feelings that you're having, knowing that because you've had this experience today, when you go to sleep tonight, you'll have the best night's sleep ever. Your body will refresh and rejuvenate, and all of those old issues will resolve themselves. All of those old problems will continue to resolve and change and dissipate and disappear completely out of your life. And you may find that in the early hours of the morning, whether you remember them or not, that your mind vents out any negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, anything else that's lingering around, will be vented out by your mind in your early morning dreams. And if you remember these dreams, you can feel free to jot them down. If you don't, it doesn't matter, because everything will be vented out anyway. And if you do remember these dreams, just remember that your unconscious speaks in symbolism. When you have dreams about specific imagery, it's not the imagery that is important. It's the meaning that your mind has associated to that imagery. So while you might be dreaming of a place or a person, it's not specifically always that place or person that has anything to do with what you're releasing or letting go. It could be that they are from a time or an area of your life where that problem, that negativity that you're wanting to release, was from. Maybe not specifically anything to do with that person you're dreaming of, but just that they were a representation, a symbolism of that time, that place in your life. And you can allow all this to happen because your unconscious mind is in control and will do what it feels needs to be done. And over the next few days, over the next few weeks, as that change continues to compound, and you find yourself experiencing differences in your life, knowing that you're on your path, you're heading towards your goal, you'll have that wonderful internal sense of satisfaction, that sense of just feeling complete, feeling those feelings that you want to feel, ignoring all that old stuff that you no longer feel, that's no longer there in your life. And in just a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, when you awaken from this state feeling amazing and refreshed and 10 million times better than you did when you started, you can take all of those wonderful changes with you. And in a moment, I'm going to count up from 0 to 5, and with each count I do, you can feel yourself locking in all of those positive changes and blocking out future negativity. And at 0 now, just allowing yourself to go that little tiny bit deeper into this wonderful place, this sense of calm relaxation. And at 1, just closing off the doors to your unconscious mind, locking them, keeping in all those positive changes, all those things that you need, and blocking out all of those things that you don't. As you realize that all you need to do now is allow your unconscious to stay on track with that internal path that you're already on. And realizing at 3, the room becoming a little bit more noticeable around you, feeling that surface beneath you, the temperature in the air, knowing that all of this was for you, and all of the changes are already underway. As you become more alive and fully revived now at 5, coming back to the room. Hi, welcome back, and just allow yourself to sit for a moment and soak in those changes, those feelings. And it's okay. It's okay to take a moment. And it's okay to do this as often as you need. Whether you do it yourself from memory in your mind, or whether you sit down and watch this recording again. You can do this anytime you build up those negative feelings, thoughts, emotions, energies that you no longer need. And just clean house, get rid of it all. Now, if you feel that there's deeper issues that you'd like to work on, you can reach out to me and we can have a free 30-minute journey planning call where we can sit down and go over some strategies, discuss ways to custom tailor things specifically to your needs to get you a more detailed plan and journey. And if it's appropriate, if I feel that I can help you with what you need, we can discuss how we can move forwards with that. Now all you have to do is visit the website that I will be linking in the description of this video, and you can sign up for that free 30-minute journey planning call at any time that's convenient for you. And I'd love to speak to you and discuss how I can help you with all of those changes, whether it be something negative that you want to let go of, whether it be a positive goal you want to work towards, or something that you do that you want to do better. Go ahead and reach out and we'll talk about it. Now, thank you for joining me today on this journey of change. Go ahead and have that wonderful night's sleep tonight, whenever that is for you. For me, it'll be in a few hours. For some people watching this, it might be longer. And feel free to comment below this video if you choose. If you have any dreams, if you feel any sensations or changes, or notice anything happen after watching this video over the coming days or weeks, feel free to come back and comment and share that with me. I'd love to know. I'd love to experience that with you. And for now, though, I'm going to end this a few minutes early, let you all get on and check back for future events. I'll be putting on more stuff in the near future. Thanks for joining, and goodbye.